What is smoking? Natural selection in action, quickly disposing of the weak and insecure. A simple way to simultaneously ruin your health, eliminate your sex appeal, empty your wallet, and support huge corporations that don't give a damn about your well-being.
Smoking is ridiculously fucking hot.
Nothing like a smoke after a meal.
Yeah, I cherish these moments.
All right, now we smoke. Oh my God.
We will investigate smoking behaviour using Tinbergen's 4 questions. These are function, evolution, causation, and development.
There are no long-term physiological health benefits for smoking. In fact, there are many dangers of smoking long-term. These include the development and promotion of arteriosclerosis. This is the predominant underlying cause of coronary artery disease. Various studies have shown that the risk of developing coronary artery disease increases with the number of cigarettes smoked per day, total number of smoking years, and the age of initiation, thus indicating a dose-related response. Also, various studies have confirmed the major role of tobacco smoke exposure in lung, bladder, oral cavity, esophagus, pancreatic, and larynx cancer. You may also end up looking like this.
Disgusting!
But it may have immediate psychological benefits. For example, a study suggested that smoking a cigarette may reduce both stress and anxiety. It is also known to produce mild euphoria. This instantaneous feel-good response may be the reason as to why it's maintained in populations of humans that are well aware of the dangers. Also, some individuals are more attracted to others that smoke, which may affect their mate choice. This increases likelihood of reproduction, and therefore, in an evolutionary sense, your genes are more likely to be passed on if you smoke.
It's good.
It's good.
Also, yeah, I don't know, in stressful situations it's nice.
Yeah.
Like let's say you're studying for an exam, you get into like a routine, you're like, right, I'll do 2 hours to get to this, then I'll have it back, and you kind of calm down again. And it's good for stressful situations.
Same with you, sausage roll man. Good stuff.
I only smoke sober during the exam period.
I feel like my ears are cold.
And I literally did that because everyone else was like, shit, I'm good now for smoke anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Plants evolved nicotine as a chemical defense against herbivory, but humans started smoking tobacco around 7,000 years ago in the Americas. It's been suggested that some people have a genetic predisposition to nicotine dependence. These people have an allele which causes certain personality traits which make them more likely to smoke, such as sensation-seeking behaviour. There have not been many documented cases of animals other than humans exhibiting smoking behaviour, mainly because smoking is a fairly complex behaviour which can only be used by animals of high intelligence. Saying this, experiments have been conducted to find out whether monkeys are able to smoke tobacco. The scientists discovered that monkeys are able to inhale the smoke. There have been instances of apes becoming addicted to cigarettes around the world. For example, there is an orangutan called Shirley who became addicted to cigarettes because people visiting the zoo in Malaysia would throw their cigarette butts in her enclosure. In addition to Shirley, there was a chimpanzee called Charlie who also became addicted to cigarettes. Charlie became addicted because somebody threw a packet of cigarettes in his enclosure at South Africa Zoo, and he learned the smoking behaviour by watching humans and mimicking their behaviour. Charlie lived 10 years older than most chimps do, which suggests the smoking behaviour did not hinder his health severely. Furthermore, another chimpanzee called John became addicted to both cigarettes and alcohol during his time working at a casino in Russia as a mascot. Klein's 2008 example illustrates the patterns of smoking behaviour using a hypothetical character called Greg. Greg smokes a cigarette when he wakes up in the morning. After about 30 minutes, he goes outside to smoke another cigarette. He does the same at work. After about 30 minutes or so, he goes outside to smoke. If he sees a co-worker smoking, Greg often goes outside to smoke, even if less than 30 minutes has passed since his last cigarette. This behaviour can be explained using Tinbergen and Lorenz's instinctive behaviour theory. The instinctive behaviour theory describes behaviour patterns as largely innate, but triggered through environmental stimuli. He argued that animals have an inner drive to carry out instinctive behaviours, and that if they do not encounter the right stimulus, they will eventually engage in the behaviour with an inappropriate stimulus. This inner drive could stem from people who have addictive personalities or tendencies. There are various costs associated with smoking, such as the price of cigarettes. However, this does not stop people smoking if they have become addicted to nicotine. In addition to the cost, the various health problems which are caused by smoking put constraints on the behaviour. Furthermore, it may be difficult for people to obtain cigarettes in certain places around the world due to political and economic status.
And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
There are many causations that lead to smoking. Smoking can counteract the negative effects of mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. People may start smoking as a short-term self-medication of symptoms. Smoking is an addiction. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances on earth. Some doctors claim it's even more addictive than heroin and cocaine. The urge to carry on smoking comes from the body getting used to the nicotine and its effects flowing through their blood. Smoking is a social habit. When others around you are smoking, people feel like they should be doing the same. Some people would describe it as a bonding activity where it makes chat with others performing the same activity easier. Many people consider themselves social smokers, but over time they will begin to smoke outside of social events. Here we have a perfect example. Why did you start smoking?
I was really drunk and a friend offered me a fag, so I said yes.
Why do you still smoke?
Because when you're drunk, you get a nucky buzz and it tastes quite good. Feels quite good, rather.
Okay. Do you just smoke socially or all the time?
Socially.
Would you say you're addicted to smoking?
Absolutely not.
So you could quit anytime?
Yeah.
A few moments later.
There are many other reasons as to why people smoke. Weight control, experimentation, to be relaxed, to look cool, and just because people love the taste and the feeling of smoking. Most people start smoking in their teens and are addicted by the time they reach adulthood. The three main reasons young people smoke are to look mature, to be like their friends, and to experiment. Increased tobacco advertising, along with other factors, plays a role in inducing these young people to smoke.
Yes, I too applaud the oaf for finally showing some initiative. God knows it was years overdue. Oh, you know who I saw at the market today? Patty Croft. Oh, and she has gotten fat.
Many humans use psychoactive substances ranging from eating chocolate to smoking tobacco. Substances like chocolate are generally harmless, while smoking tobacco can cause various illnesses such as cancer. There is a neurotransmitter in the brain called dopamine which is involved in reward-motivated behaviour. Dopamine not only facilitates the unconditioned pleasure caused by food amongst other things, but also the conditioned pleasure caused by substances like nicotine. Nicotine and other chemicals in tobacco smoke are easily absorbed into the blood. As well as the release of dopamine, adrenaline is released, causing a nicotine buzz. Within 10 seconds of entering your body, the nicotine reaches the brain. This is when adrenaline is produced and a buzz of pleasure and energy is felt. The blocking out of unpleasant feelings leaves the tobacco user wanting more, and with the effects of this wearing off within minutes, it is understandable why people may become so hooked on smoking. However, a paradox between smoking and the increasing or decreasing of the effects of mood disorders has been established. Smoking on a long-term basis may increase the risk of mood disorders such as depression. This increase can be explained by the alterations in neurotransmitter pathways following chronic exposure.
Smoking under peer pressure is less likely to occur in individuals who are conscientious and emotionally stable. These traits contribute to a strong personality. Smoking is less likely to develop in people who were taught strong personality traits in early childhood. People who become friends are highly likely to have common personality traits, meaning that if one person has a weaker personality, the rest of the friend group is likely to be the same. Therefore, if one friend starts smoking, the rest are likely to be equally susceptible to starting the habit. Smoking is more common in younger consumers and shows a decrease in prevalence with age, possibly because of people facing less social pressure from friends or realising the dangers of smoking later in life and quitting. Smoking is also more common in males and more common in Scotland than the rest of the UK. This could indicate that social pressure is greater in males, or that males are more likely to show weaker personality traits than females. It may also show that regional cultural difference in the UK. Smoking rates have steadily decreased in the UK since the 1970s, as the dangers have become clearer and it has gradually become less common in society. Films and TV set in eras where smoking was widespread maintains its exposure to younger generations today, bringing about curiosity to its popularity. Once an individual is addicted, the body's nicotine receptors become more sensitive to the chemical, and so sudden cravings can occur upon seeing or smelling cigarettes or cigarette smoke.
The number and volume of puffs taken by smokers has increased from a single 35 milliliter puff per minute in the 1950s to 2 to 4 50 milliliter puffs per minute in 2007. The depth of inhalation has also increased. These changes in smoking patterns have promoted greater deposition of smoke constituents into the peripheral lungs, where adenocarcinomas develop.
So why did you start smoking?
My friend's done it when I was younger, so I just thought I'd kind of give it a try.
And why do you still smoke?
I just enjoy it, escaping the club kind of thing, getting some fresh air.
And would you say you just smoke socially, or do you smoke like every day, all the time?
No, just socially. I don't really smoke, I'm sober.
And are you addicted to smoking, or do you think you'd be able to stop?
No, I'd be able to stop if I wanted to.
Okay, so you're not addicted?
No.